guest. So
we'll have a huge episode.
I know. It's the first one. We should have a huge episode, but you should talk about it.
Let's just cover it.
Everyone's hyped. They're coming into the season. They want to hear their names, man. You can't just talk about 5 teams and then.
Assalamualaikum everybody. Welcome to League Report. Again, long break के बाद हम आए. But the season is back. Season 6.
Where we give you the ins and outs of the league.
Sorry, ये भूल गया. आहिस्ता वापस आए.
Ins and outs of the league. And this is Ans Azhar.
Everybody knows who we are now.
Yeah, I hope so.
The regular hosts, आपको W आपके host पसंद नहीं आए मैंने सुना. Shahzain बहुत complain करता हूँ कि मैंने.
Didn't say anything.
Yeah. He complained a lot off camera. I'll put it in the post. But yeah, we're back. We're back.
Yeah.
Oh, Q over edit sharp. So we'll start off with the.
I'm happy I'm not the new guy anymore. Alhamdulillah.
Old guy now. अच्छा now so the transfers we'll talk about. We'll confirm some of the rumors जो हमने rumors फेंके थे. आपने वीडियो देखी होगी उसका भी लिंक डाल दो यार प्रोड्यूसर मारने का. So rumors हमने बताई थी. अब उनको हम confirm करेंगे उनको बताएंगे.
Zach Omega.
Yeah.
Wow.
Zach,
shocking. That actually happened. I can't believe Zach.
Me and salute to 2-3SB.
I mean, I thought we were talking about Omega first. Okay, we can move on to my team after that. But yeah, I mean, from all we heard initially, Zach was never going to leave Mambas. He said he was going to be with Taha until the day he dies.
No, he didn't say that.
And then all of a sudden, we find out he switched teams. It's quite crazy.
Right.
So how did it happen?
Yes, it happened.
Did you talk to him?
Nobody needs to know these things.
What?
It's
Did
just
you
confirmed. Zach to Omega, Ryan Babban from Sabres to Omega.
Wow.
And then we have.
So you were just going after everyone's big man, huh?
Big man. We need big man.
Yeah.
We've lost Zach, so we need big man.
Oh,
big
that's sad.
Anyway, you've lost big man, but you've gained one of the premier shooters in the league, Timmy Malik, and his brother Shahzain Malik, big man, up and coming.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Triple S was disbanded, and so these guys are nowhere to go. So they came over to
the
PSV.
Yeah, that's what happened. Sure.
I mean, I was really happy the Maliks are finally together. I've been angling for the Maliks to play together someday. And now we have 3 of the 4.
होता है ना मिसिंग एक कार्ड होता है आपके पास elite deck बनने के लिए वो एक मलिक रह गया शाहजान के पास एक मलिक के पीछे है बस
I've been saying this, but actually not me. The first person to say it was the Malik who isn't playing with us.
Right?
Yeah. He is saying he's going to play with us. I was like, okay, chalo.
One day.
He really wanted to. He said, if I make this shot, if I make this shot, I will come play for you. I know he made it. Swish, like. He had missed 4 in a row, and then he said, if I make this, I'm coming to your team.
He's never coming to your team. Anyway, let's move on.
Pretty messed up.
And then we have Mambas have.
No, you forgot one of our other big signings.
Oh, sorry, Faris Fayaz from. He played in Mambas. Unfortunately, he tore his ACL in the quarterfinals, I'll say, or semi-final, I forgot.
I played with him in RBL, and it was fantastic playing with him. He has the heart of a lion, and I'm really excited
from injury.
Really excited to play with him. Last week he wasn't able to make his debut because he was traveling, but inshallah next week or the week after, depending on when he returns, he's going to be in the lineup. So watch out.
Yeah, and then we'll move on to the Mambas. The Mambas have acquired Bakhtiar.
Reacquired.
Once again, surprise. And then Zain also. That's also reacquisition, I would say.
I don't think he's ever played with Mambas. I think you were forgetting the first season where he got.
He was in.
He got introduced to the Mambas.
Yeah.
Captain.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
So Zain is in Mambas again, and
for the first time.
Sorry, my bad. And Bakhtiar is in the Mambas again. So थोड़ा सा confusing लगा था आपको roster अपना mind update करना होगा.
He's basically you're saying again because he's playing with his brother again.
Yeah. Sabres acquired Ares.
Oh yes, so it's like a swap deal.
Yeah, swap.
You could take Zain, but you had to give us something, and they got Ares. No. You took Ryan from them.
Yeah. Ryan had Ans acquired Zargham.
RBL star
Yeah.
Zargham.
He took a lot of flashy up the moves के साथ he got a lot of attention in Karachi and during
Maybe he's the reason Bakhtiar left.
No,
Like,
I doubt it. But anyway, Zargham is in bounce now, and Zargham, one of the premier point guards from Islamabad, has moved here and is playing season 6 with bounce. So that's a good addition from us.
And there were also a lot of other transfers that happened between C1 and C2, and we mentioned them as we review the games. And first up, we have Raiders versus Dukes, which was a fantastic opener to the season.
Dukes coming out of the qualifiers, Duke team from Malaysia, obviously, his third team, but he is under तो नहीं कहेंगे but खैर.
क्या बात है.
It was a very tough fought game. I thought Raiders being one of the favorites in my opinion in C2. It really came down to the wire between these two. Amir, this new kid Amir from Canadian boys जो है ना सारे फिर.
And against a very, very strong veteran C2 team like Raiders, who I think are probably one of the favorites to come out of C2, and it went down to the wire. So I also want to give you credit that Malir ke basketball resurgence and teams coming out of them, players who are so interested. It's really good to see. It's heartwarming, and I was really happy to see it just went back and forth. And I thought Duke took it.
So Duke took it. At the end, this three from Amir, it really sunk the game. But somehow on the other end, Ashar.
I really want to understand what happened, because when I was watching it, they were up 2 and they intentionally fouled. They intentionally fouled, send one guy to the free throw line.
They sent Lukman to the free throw line. Okay. Lukman is not the best free throw.
It doesn't matter. At that point, why not just defend? Like you should trust your defense enough to get you through. So Lukman went and made one free throw, missed the second. Ashar got the rebound.
I think the foul was smart. I wouldn't say that foul was wrong because Lukman khali ja raha tha. Lukman would.
Do you not trust your defense to stop 2 points? I mean, you don't, but they should. I mean, come on.
I would assume that they would get the because they.
What do you do if Lukman makes both free throws?
They were up. They were up. No, they were up
2. Wonder they wouldn't have lost. Lukman made one, got a rebound. Ashar got the rebound and put it in, and then they lost. So I question the decision. If they're up 3, no problem. Take that foul, make him make 2 free throws, and then they have to play.
So got the rebound. I think थोड़ा relaxed हो गया on the rebound, but Ashar, credit to him. Ashar is also one of the new signings for Raiders. So Ashar got that rebound out of pure will. He was also ये भी नहीं था कि लंबा सबसे उधर खड़ा हुआ बहुत लंबा के
It was desire. It was hard. Ashar, great acquisition by the way for Raiders from C2 from Hustlers.
This is the shot Ashar ki.
What composure! What composure! He's letting them hear it too. He's like, come on, let's go.
And they ended up winning by 1. Raiders keep it alive. Our Dukes fought really well. They'll probably be disheartened a little by it, but it's okay. Happens. They move forward. The next game we'll review is Omega versus Sabres.
Defending champions versus recently topped C2. Well, not top. They came second, but promoted side, and it was more of a battle than many people expected. Sabres went in with belief that they can handle this, and somehow they kept it close throughout. Shout out to their new acquisition, Arez. Wow, what a spectacular debut! The main man, the main threat, I would say, for Sabres, which was surprising considering they have already had such a stacked roster with HP, Heather, KB, and also Otto Baba, Saad Bhai, really good with his middies. But it was just back and forth the whole time. I think in this game, one of the things we would have to talk about is the lack of 3-point shooting from both sides, but specifically from TZ. There was a lot of missed possessions, which is not normal.
Game के बाद अकेले बैठे हुए भी थे, तो I've never seen him miss इतना ज़्यादा, and it definitely had a lot to do with the.
I mean, I guess it's first game jitters, and also just getting used to playing in the league with this pace again. Like we have
conditions were really horrible, and it's so. But
all of the things. I mean, every possession was defense. Everyone cared, and you don't get that in pickups or in a regular scrimmage. So. I can
also
understand.
Credit to the Sabres defense and offensively. They rotated the bench also pretty well. They are a solid team. They're up and coming, and I told them after the game as well that they're looking really solid to fill that triple S spot that's left behind.
And I think I would say that they're everyone's second favorite team. Right? Like they've taken the triple S
for sure.
Position. But everyone, if they're like, if how many do you think the Sabres?
Sabres, I see. And there are a bunch of nice, messy, lovable guys also.
Yeah.
So
I specifically want to shout out Heather,
yeah.
who went from.
Yeah, Heather is insane. Heather got like 3 steals on me. I hate the guy so much.
No, but he was first season he played for Bounce, and then he didn't play. He was cut from Bounce. He didn't play for I think couple of seasons, and then resurgence when Sabres picked him up, and wow, now he's just like
he's become an integral part of that team and offense as well as defense. Yeah.
He's amazing with HP's leadership, and as I mentioned, the new addition Ares and
Ares was unstoppable. Ares, shout out Ares. Ares the more damage there.
Yeah. And I also think it's going to continue. I don't think it's an anomaly.
Yeah, for sure.
Ares, we're going to do damage at range
sure.
and spread the floor with Otto Baba and HP.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Saad bhai, I'm sorry if you're minding me calling him Otto Baba.
No, I'm sure he likes it. Otto Baba.
Respect. But yeah, this game I think shocked a lot of people for how close it was. I think it was a 1-point game with less than 3 minutes to go, and quite surprising. Next game we're going to review is Malik Trojans versus Checkmate.
Checkmate, I will.
Yeah, singular.
Checkmates बोलते रहते हैं हम checkmate है. Checkmate.
Checkmate was recently demoted side from C1,
yeah.
going up against the just missed out on C1 promotion, which is Malik Trojans. So this was an interesting battle of teams going in sort of different directions. And in the end, it wasn't close, was it?
No, it wasn't really close. Even though Malik, I will say, has gotten weaker. I think they lost a big piece. Maaz, who is also playing for now Checkmate. And
revenge game for him.
Yeah, and then Shahzain Pasha, who's left for the Ronins. So they lost a few pieces, but they acquired Jazzy, who was big this game.
Huge. I think he was.
Yeah.
He could not be stopped. Yeah, they had no answer for him, and that was, I think.
And he also made really good plays. Rohan and him both are new acquisitions for this team now, and they had chemistry going in. Hustlers ki chemistry thi thodi bahut unki. And they were, really helped by Abbas, by Adnan, these guys making shots from the outside. It was just, it wasn't very one-sided, but it looked they had a healthy lead of 10 points all the time, and they were doing okay. They weren't too stressed about it. They were running their bench, and these guys have always played. आपस में भी किस scrimmages होते रहे बीच में. So these two teams were familiar with each other.
And I don't know how I feel about that celebration.
Celebration is
if you're feeling yourself, you're shooting the ball well, like you can do
whatever you want. Yeah. We are friendly league guys, even though we don't promote smoking.
Smoking is bad.
Smoking bad, no do smoking. Play basketball, good for you. But not much to say about this game. I think Checkmate will go back to the record.
Usman Malik has
yeah. He's also Malik. What? Dang, another Malik there. He's a good Malik. This Malik is good, Professor. I like his game. He's very shifty. He's very.
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say?
I mean, he's a really good guy. I like his game. I think he can hang with the C1 boys also. He is also, I believe, coming off an injury. Previous season said. He also had a knee scare, I believe. And he shot the ball really well. He had like 4 threes and he was doing everything, a bit of driving also, a bit of mid-range shooting as well. And for Checkmate to come out of that hump, they need to understand roles who is the main scorer, who's going to supplement them. थोड़ा सा rotation उनकी I felt at times इतनी अच्छी नहीं थी. So they'll work it out obviously. They've also added Faraz as also coming back for another season. Faraz is Arbaz's brother, and this is a really good move for Ishan. So they have the roster. I don't know और उनको मैं क्या advice दूँ. They have the roster.
Just keep playing together.
Yeah, just
continuity is really important. They keep. I mean, it's good that they've added a lot of pieces, but now work with this core.
Yeah.
Obviously, if someone in the next couple of seasons shows up who you can't say no to, that's fine. But this is a good core.
Yeah,
keep at it, and hopefully you'll be back in C1.
Yeah, for sure.
And about Trojans, I don't think we can say anything.
Yeah.
They have the leadership, they have the core now.
Yeah.
I think they're also.
First, it's Bounce versus Beria, a very anticipated matchup.
Unfortunately, we did not have the full roster for
Beria.
So it wasn't as spicy. But I mean, nonetheless, I think Beria came in with the intent to win.
And they introduced a lot of new guys who weren't. We haven't seen them, but they were pretty solid. Obviously, not at the caliber we used. Like On wasn't there. On I'm sure when On joins the team and Nakash comes back, Nakash is getting married. Congrats, Nakash.
Congratulations.
And once he gets back, so this team will be solid again. Abhi, they had a lot of new guys and they put up a great fight, but obviously I think Bounce came new signs around, really proved very instrumental in this win. Shahzain Mohammed.
I think the story of the game is
Shahzain Mohammed straight from the Caribbean. Bloody hell, like he had like 5 or 6 3-point, 4 or 5 6 3-pointers.
He just absolutely crushed single-handed.
And not just the threes.
It was everything. His defense is always on point. If his shot's not falling, it doesn't matter. He is a defensive monster, and when a shot is falling, good luck. Because if you have to come out to guard Shahzain, that means you're leaving Mohsin with one less guy around him, and then you have a problem. And then we also have to shout out Shami because he also was shooting really well. So if you have 2 shooters, a Zargam who can hit a very good midi, and you have Mohsin who can just go in and just finish at any time he feels like it, what are you going to do?
I see. And इसमें बीच में Dani भी था. There were so many factors. So
Dani,
Rana, really get
they just bang inside as well. So like
the Barry couldn't really get a lot of offensive or defensive rebounds over this height. And क्या कहते हैं?
They tried to stay in it though.
Hamad from Barrier really hit his stride in the second half because he hit like 3 3-pointers in a row. But I feel like they didn't give him the ball enough. Barrier, they were sharing the ball a little more. उसका Hamad बहुत hot हो गया था. I would have given him a few more 3-pointers. उसका हाथ बिल्कुल सीधा लग रहा था हो गया. And
I think the problem was that he started missing a couple of threes and then the bounce would go the other way and just get easy twos. But like you can't go away from what's working, right? And then and also you live and die by the three. So if you're not hitting, your team's gonna get frustrated and they're gonna try and find other solutions. But it's very difficult to score against Bounce when they're clicking.
And another signing for Bounce is Momin from Hustle. But he also played a few minutes. He didn't, get that much shine because Zaram obviously being the primary point guard, so Momin से आके उसको replacement minutes दे रहा था. लेकिन I'm looking forward to seeing him grow as well. C2 का player था, he played really well in C2. I think he was a very good C2 player. I hope he continues to get better. And
he's very bronze in C1. One other note I think which is very important to mention, which is I think it's never happened. Ans Azhar was not angry at the ref. He accepted his foul. That was unbelievable. Like we're all shocked.
We thought he would get his first technical in the first game, and we would have first selection in the first game. बहुत scary season मैंने सोची थी. Thank you, Ans Azhar. You kept it.
This is personal growth. We're so proud of you.
So proud of you, Ans Azhar. Hopefully
keep it up.
Stay at this path. Anyway, the
next game. To the next game.
Oh, this was a good one. Ronin versus T6. So I did not expect.
Do you know what I found out before this game? That I didn't. I was talking to some of the Ronin players. They will not be mentioned, but their names won't be mentioned. But they told me when I went and spoke to them, I was like, oh, so this is a rivalry game. T6 Ronins, historic. Like 2 teams that have always been in C2. And the person who I was speaking to said it's not a rivalry because Ronins have never beaten T6.
Wow.
I didn't know that. I was shocked.
This was Maaz definitely.
I'm not going to say any names.
It's definitely Maaz.
I'm not going to tell you who it was,
definitely
but
it's Maaz.
Okay, I mean this is an accusation without any.
Definitely Maaz.
Right. Point being that I was pretty sure. I was pretty sure that they were going to at least compete against these guys and get it close. But again, just like they said, history repeated itself. Once again, T6 just took it.
T6 also acquired, I said the reason why they destroyed Ronin right now was Urad, I think, and T6 acquiring Urad. Urad is one of the Raiders boys, जो tall, lanky boys, उनके पास line से लगे हुए हैं 6-7. उनमें से उन्होंने एक का ये लो यार T6, तुम भी enjoy करो. Urad आया उसके साथ, and MMR obviously doesn't need a lot of scoring help. He is good enough काफी खुद से. But rebounds and height उनका main मसला था T6 का हमेशा से. Acquiring Urad really fixed a lot of those issues. And Rollins, you can clearly see, had trouble containing Urad. He had 22 rebounds. He had a lot of points and
unbelievable.
बहुत ज़्यादा उसने destroy किया.
And I think he's found a home here. I mean, if he doesn't want to go back to.
I think he does. He does. He said it's just a one-time thing.
Oh wow!
He promised to his team. But season's बड़ा लंबा. Oh, he did the 2 small ones again. Oh my God, we didn't see that.
That's awesome. I wonder if they make a Cinderella run and make it to C1,
then maybe
leave.
yeah,
Like that would be.
I think we
Quite
just
sad.
had like a bunch of these type of players, so that definitely made the right decision making this move. It's good for his growth and the growth of the people he left behind.
Yeah.
उनको भी ज़्यादा minutes मिलेंगे.
And I think the combination of him and MMR is fantastic.
It's nice.
Any other players of note in this game?
I think Faizan Faizan is the guy I think जो रैद के साथ he knows this guy तो from the Habib तो Faizan also is a very good player in his own right. He under post moves करेंगे. And then Ronin's also acquired Ryan, who was a little quiet this game. Ryan is the lefty new kid. I like his game.
He's very good.
Yeah.
With lots of potential, very young.
For sure.
And smart.
Smart, yeah. And he has the मतलब उसमें वो नहीं है like kids I believe just run and gun मतलब भागते हैं सिर्फ उनके अंदर एक ही गियर होता है. उसमें वो नहीं है वो slow तेज अच्छा smart है.
I think I would want to say that probably is because these guys have watched us on Lob, and now they know that that's not how you
Hopefully
play.
that's the reason. I mean, I hope so. No, पता नहीं. I doubt that people इतना ज़्यादा देखते. But खैर moving on, T6 pretty much smashed Ronins, and it was
not even close.
मेरी तो expectation नहीं थी इतनी कि बुरा जाएगा इतना. I had them winning, but anyway, Ronins will take it to the chin and move on.
Yeah.
So next game we'll talk about is 2-3 SP versus a very tough team, Hustlers. Look out.
I mean, yeah, Hustlers is a completely revamped roster.
मैं तंज नहीं करना चाह रहा. Hustlers.
I think
it's a revamped.
They've completely revamped. Yeah. They lost their captain. They lost Ashar, as you mentioned.
Bunch of players. They lost everybody basically. So it's just Bhagat and new Hustlers.
Yeah.
That's what
a lot of the guys from Hyderabad have also joined.
Yeah, and a lot of the guys from the qualified teams also. The teams that did not make it through, उनमें से भी players हैं. So 2-3 SV were slow to start, understandable. थोड़ा धूप थी, boys जरा नींद से अभी भी उठे हुए थे, नाश्ता वाश्ता किया था, fresh तो थोड़ा sluggish.
I would say we were really bad converting our chances, but I think defensive intensity was always there.
That was fine.
So I mean, I've always said as long as our defense is going, we'll figure out the offense as it comes along. So,
Wait.
Sallu had a really good game, I say, and Timmy.
What a debut!
Yeah, Timmy का debut इतना अच्छा नहीं था, obviously because Timmy सारे तैमूरों पे काला जादू हुआ है, तो किसी की 3-point shooting नहीं गई, but Timmy had a lot of steals and a lot of fast pick points, so he won player of the game. He had like 20 points, I think.
20 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals.
So, relax.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
he was player of the game. There's look at that shot. Damn, who is this guy?
Look at him run. How do you run like that?
That wasn't running, that's jogging. Good style.
Shaf finally made a 3. His corner said he missed so many threes.
Yeah.
All of you guys airballed the 3 from that corner.
Oh, what a highlight this is.
Ayan made a layup, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not much to talk about over here. There's one team that's perpetually in the finals round, is trying to win a championship, and the other one's trying to figure themselves out. So as the season goes, I believe Hustlers are going to get a lot better.
This is great for them.
Yeah.
I hope.
And in the second half, if you watch the game, the first half was very difficult for them. Whereas in the second half, they started moving the ball around more, and they started getting more points in set against our set defense. What didn't work for them was the fact that they kept turning the ball over. And I would urge them to figure out how they want to bring the ball up, because that will be a problem for them moving forward.
That's why I mentioned on my commentary as well, and they go back and watch the footage, तो उनको यही देखना चाहिए कि they had like billion turnovers, और जब से वो turnover ना करते तो इतनी ज़्यादा lead ही नहीं आती 2-3 because all they did was score in transition, because उनकी set shots उस तरह नहीं गिरी, like threes तो नहीं गिरे. So I think Hustlers will figure it out eventually. Obviously उनकी chemistry थोड़ी वो है कि हैदराबाद से boys आते हैं, difficult होगा, लेकिन hopefully they'll figure something out. It's a good show for them. At least they're trying. So you can knock people for trying. Kuch improvement I do with you.
Yeah, and I think Bhagat has a lot of work to do to make sure that the squad stays together. Because it's not going to be easy in C1. Lots of difficult. Oh, that was a 3-money connection.
Yeah, Malik, I mentioned it in the commentary as well.
But yeah, so as far as Hustlers go, it's going to be very difficult to keep this entire squad together because there's going to be a lot of games where the blowouts will happen, and when losing happens, a lot of frustration happens. Questions come about minutes and roles. So I would urge Bhagat to keep that in mind when he talks to his team, becomes very transparent with what he thinks it needs, what he needs from everyone, and they should all be in line with it too. Next game we want to cover is Maaz versus Mavs, a very feisty game. And
Interesting to notice कि Mavs ने सांप हटा दिया अपनी जर्सी से, so उसकी वजह से वो कह रहे हैं उनका कोई venom था या toxicity थी, उसकी वजह से वो लड़ते थे, मसला था. अब वो नहीं है, which showed क्योंकि they did not fight at all.
On a completely unrelated note, they also changed up the roster quite a bit. So let's see.
Why trying to imply, man? Why do
I
you
said
keep
completely
digging in?
unrelated. I said it's completely unrelated. I don't think you
Stop
understand
it,
what completely unrelated
stop it. Anyway, Mavs did not fight. It was like a बहुत tight. First, second half quarter were tight थोड़े से, and physical game हो रही थी. Like Saad was being smacked around. Nomi was getting hammered थोड़ा सा. Ravish got hammered a lot. Amar fell to the floor like 3-4 times. So, but nobody lost their cool, nobody lost their temper. They were subbing players which was also a very rare sight. Like 3 subs एक साथ आते थे, 2 subs एक साथ आते थे. And Rajabai was unfortunately not playing. But Zan debuted. Zan played really well.
Yeah.
He had a few assists. He was very encouraging of his team. Amar, I think, played really well. Amar had a lot of defensive stops. He made a lot of layups as well. And Saad Khan was going off thoda sa. But Nomi ultimately won player of the game. I think he had the biggest impact. He had a lot of lefty layups with people hanging on his arms, and he played really well.
Who do you think is the best player?
I think I would say it's Nomi.
But you don't think it's that?
I'd say Nomi. Nomi does thoda sa zyada kaam. I would say sneakily, I would give Amar a shout out because Amar बहुत कुछ करता है यार. Amar बहुत ज़्यादा shots लेता है. इसके अलावा he runs the breaks as well. He makes all the right plays. So I would say Amar is right up there as well.
So you think it's Nomi and Amar.
Amar, yeah.
And then everyone else is
and then Zan and Saad, these guys. Saad, even though Saad is a great shooter and everything, आजकल तो उसकी verticality में warm up पे rim पकड़ रहा होता है, उसको pull up करता है, तो I think he's in great shape as well. लेकिन he's not that consistent right now for me. So इसलिए that's why I wouldn't.
I think this could be a breakout season for Saad if he continues to come.
He's going for the scoring title.
I think he is. I think based on what we saw in this game, he was taking a lot of shots. He was also fighting for every single possession. If he missed it, he went up for his rebounds.
We didn't talk about the Mavs a lot. Mavs have added a lot of young players, which I'm really thankful for the Mavs. Hassan, though, already was playing Hasu. But they've added like a 16-year-old kid. He's, I forgot, Rafi. His name's Rafi. He's a lefty, and he's a very solid kid. I was very shocked that they've added these new players. And Hamza Fajr, the captain, obviously being injured with an ACL. He's not playing.
Gives these guys an opportunity to show up and show out.
But his brother's playing, so Usman Khwaja hits 3 odd threes there, and he's known for his intensity and stuff. But they have a solid roster. I think they have a big roster as well. So Mavs are doing really a good job, and they're swinging around. I think they need to figure out how to use their big. Nabil ko bilkul use nahi kiya, हालांकि he's improved a lot. So once they figure that out, I'm sure they're in the races of some on the bottom C1 or upper C2 इस तरह की इनकी एक position है. I hope they improve उससे ज़्यादा.
And I think this is the right step that they're taking with Hamza Khwaja, who has been their most consistent player. They are bringing in new blood and they're giving them an opportunity. And उस तरीके से वो भी grow करेंगे, and then they'll learn how to play more as a unit. Because Hamza Khwaja, despite how good he is on the defensive end, he becomes very, very locked into the offense as like a black hole. And that's his growth that he needs to do. And I think being a season away, he has the time to reflect now and look at his team and how it works for them. And I have high hopes for Mavs' future.
Yeah, for sure.
And now we go to the final
game of the day. It was
the weekend.
It was one unit versus Void, newly.
Both new teams, huh?
Both new teams. So both came from the qualifiers. And Void, had a lot of expectations because highlights में आपने सबको देखा होगा Void के लोग dunk मार रहे हैं, Void के बिग्स हैं यू जान सितारे से तोड़ के बॉल ऊपर फेंक रहे हैं तो अनफॉर्चुनेटली उनके
वो नहीं है
सॉरी उनको नहीं देखे आप उनकी हाईलाइट नहीं
वो
है
देखते रहे लेकिन वो अब मैच भी नहीं देखे
मैच भी नहीं देखे इनके गार्ड्स ही आए थे टू शो कैप्टन अजान came out to play Aman came out to play
and Asadullah
came out to play so these were the top three इनके picks the pieces that were getting it done on the other side
Toxic Bailey भी था
Toxic Bailey फारूक भाई भी थे बीच में
Yeah.
but Azan did a lot in this game I think
he played a captain
defense भी किया fast break because and a lot of times इसमें fast break पे के लिए Azan ही आता है which is something Azan always does on the other side one unit had an experienced roster they have
I mean I did mention they came from the qualifiers but one unit is a very good club and so
legacy clubs of Karachi basically
they just had a resurgence right now
and they've lost all their older players so they have a few of their players left Alal and Kashif basically and they're playing with a whole younger core group जो Karachi के untapped area से निकल के आ रहे हैं जो they weren't playing in the league before so shout out to one unit that are bringing talent into the league इफ्तिखार के कोर्ट पे लोग खेलते हैं सारे boys and it was pleasant to see कि उधर भी गेम मतलब it's so surreal कि अभी तक कराची के different areas से गेम निकल के आ रही है लोग आ रहे हैं खेल के different style of basketball different culture ला रहे हैं so it's really heartwarming and
I like the fact that they're all coming out to the league as well. एक तो है कि आप उधर यूजुअली कोर्ट में खेलते रहे, but to come and then play in this league and then test, to go through the qualifiers and then come and test how you are against the rest of the competition.
It's like a big pot right now. The league is a big pot. It's been different. हर Karachi के कोने से it's very very hard for me to see. I love it. And hopefully हम इस पे कोई segment वगैरह भी करके आपको और बताएंगे Karachi के roots के बारे में.
Hopefully we go into different courts and then we show what's happening. Inshallah.
So Bailey hit a really big shot. He hit a big two, and then Azan hit a really big three to put this team up. And Talal on the other side was doing everything for 1 unit. He was scoring over Abdullah, a really tall dude, and he did everything that game. Asadullah ke upar shots mara, Abdullah, I believe his name is. He took a lot of tough jumpers, but he made all of his shots. And credit to him, but in the end it just wasn't enough. In the end, Azan ka 3 was backbreaking and they couldn't get the final shot off. They couldn't get a 3 to win the game and they ended up losing. But 1 unit, solid showing for them. They look like a solid team for C2. C2 is very competitive right now, so we don't really know what's going to happen.
It's only week 1 and we'll see what happens moving forward. I'm sure 1 unit also thinks that they're a dark horse that they can qualify, but as they saw after week 1, they're not the only ones who want to qualify.
For sure.
And it's a lot tougher. It's going to be a lot tougher moving forward.
For sure. Anyway, that's all for today's episode. Hopefully, we'll catch you up with game week 2 next time.
Yeah, and I also want to mention that we're sorry that it's been such a long break. But now that we're back, we'll be back very regularly, giving you updates.
Weekly episodes. And
please
like, share, subscribe, and whatnot.
That'll be really helpful to us. Please like, share, subscribe. Let your friends know about the league and what we're doing. And if anyone wants to sponsor a league report or LOB, please come through.
Yeah. Also comment how you find Shahzain's folly of all collecting all the Malik stuff. What do you find? What do you think about that? That's a little weird, right?
Brother.
Yeah, it was weird. Thank you. Anyway, see you next time. Allah Hafiz.
Cut it.